1 year ago, I purchased a merchandise trailer.
How we doing? Look at this thing. Wow.
In the last 365 days though, I've never had my own personal vehicle to tow it around. So in the last few weeks, we have been on the hunt for what would be the perfect pickup truck for Tanner Holmes Racing to drive all over the country and get our merchandise trailer from track to track. All right, I'm here at the dealership. I can feel it in my stomach. I'm nervous. This is how I felt when I made my last purchase like this. When I bought the 410 engine, I started freaking out because I'm like, man, is this dumb? Is this right? Like, how do you feel? So I'm gonna go inside, but I feel like I could freak out right now. Okay, first reaction. Look, they're so nice. They gave me a goodie bag after I bought a truck. No, seriously, this is really cool. Like I probably bad at soaking in the moment a little bit, and I probably will better in the days after, like looking at this, and it's really cool, like owning a vehicle. You have to know something about me, man. I wouldn't say I'm frugal, but in ways I don't spend a lot of money. Like I spend money on race cars, like literally that's it. In that world, like it's easy to just get detached from it, and you're doing what you got to do to feel like to make your team run, to win races, to do what we do as racers in the motorsports world. So to make like a real life purchase, which obviously goes for the race team, like this is just as important, man, right? Like this is what helps make things happen. Still, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm dying a little bit inside. But yeah, it's really cool. Seriously, really cool. Just rolled up the driveway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check this thing out. This is my new personal pickup truck, but also a part of the Tanner Holmes Racing program to tow the merchandise trailer. 24 hours ago, we pulled up the driveway for the first time, bringing this thing back home from the dealership. You guys know for so long I've been talking about needing a pickup truck. Really, the conversation started, of course, when I purchased the merchandise trailer about 1 year ago from this time. With all that, throughout 2024, you know, we used the toter home. I used my father's pickup. I even had a buddy that we borrowed their motorhome, and they towed it around for Speed Week and across the country. And as I was working, saving up, going through all the logistics, trying to figure out, you know, how to get my hands on a pickup, and finally we started looking here at the beginning of 2025 all up and down the West Coast, but it just worked out perfectly that there was one right here in Southern Oregon. So this thing, it is a beauty. Nicest vehicle I've of course ever owned. GMC 2025, brand new Sierra 3500. And today I just want to give you guys kind of a quick tour of it. Of course, you're going to see it in so many videos throughout the rest of the season as we're heading up and down the West Coast and all across the country. Like, it's really ridiculous how many miles this thing is going to get on it in a short amount of time. So let's walk around to the left side. Start by opening up driver door. So this thing, it's basically, it is your basic pickup truck. This is known as the work model, so it doesn't really have all the bells and whistles, which was not something that I was looking for. I wouldn't say I'm a big car guy or a big pickup truck guy. Like, I really just need something that is gonna have a good tow package and is gonna get the job done. I mean, don't get me wrong, we looked at leather seats, we looked at all the different things inside here, but like I said, mainly was just looking for what was gonna get the job done. So you can see, great interior though. All this is known as the all-weather floor mats, which, like I said, it's meant to kind of go through some different conditions and be in more of a work setting. This right here pops up, so it's actually really nice. We can carry 6 people in here, and you can have this extra space by pushing the console up. Looking here at the back seat, tons of room, really, tons of space. Like I said, can carry enough passengers, or if we need to put boxes or race car parts or anything that we need to carry while we're moving around. You can see the seats lift up here and already starting to kind of stock it with just different tools or things. You never know if you, well, I won't even talk about being on the side of the road. But anyway, when you're going up and down, you just want to be prepared for any situation. So starting to bring stuff for our first trip that we have here coming up in the next week. Another feature we went with was the long bed versus what would be the normal. I think it's 6.5 feet. This is the 8 foot, which I wanted just, my thing was, if I'm spending what I'm going to spend here on this vehicle, or getting it for the race team, like I kind of mentioned earlier, if I was not, you know, getting this to tow a merchandise trailer, I wasn't getting this, you know, like I said, to be a part of the program, I wouldn't have went out and got, you know, this nice of a vehicle. So I wanted to make sure I checked off every box, and I thought the long bed would help if I ever have to pull a gooseneck trailer, or, you know, I think this summer there's a good chance we'll have like a car kit here in the back with a sprint car frame. If you look back here, this thing has a nice liner and whatnot, so like I said, we'll be able to put whatever is needed back here, and that just gives us that much extra space. But yeah, just another look. This thing still has the new car smell, which is really neat. But yeah, no, I just can't wait to have this thing in the videos, and I will say proud that I, you know, own a vehicle now that, like I said, can contribute a lot for the team and can get the merchandise trailer from track to track, as like I said, we're gonna definitely be putting quite a few miles on it. So yeah, that's just kind of a quick tour of the vehicle. Like I said, you guys are gonna see it in quite a bit of the content, so I thought that I would give you a nice look at it. More than anything, I can't thank you guys enough for supporting what we do. We wouldn't be able to have Tanner Holmes Racing without our partners, without the great people I have around me, without the community here that you guys follow along with every step of the journey. But that's basically it. So thank you guys for watching. If everything goes to plan, I never like to speak too soon. Oh, I never talked about white.
White?
The white, like why I went with white.
Why did you go with white?
I don't know. On that note, why I went with white, I guess I don't really have I don't know, it looked good. the white looked good, and I thought the black trim looked good with that too. I figured white or silver. I didn't want to do black just because I thought that would probably, you know, this thing's probably gonna get pretty dirty, so I thought that would maybe, isn't that what they say?
Dust.
Yeah, the dust and stuff. Yeah, anyway. So the first trip that we're supposed to put on this thing might be next week. We're supposed to leave for Knoxville, Iowa. So we will be towing this thing across the country with the little merchandise trailer behind it. Shouldn't be, you know, any issue. That's why we got a vehicle that can tow. And then we'll be back in the Midwest kind of running around and chasing some big races here in early spring. But thanks for watching. We're going to put this thing away for a little bit. I appreciate your guys' support, and we'll see you in the next video. Deuces.